This is the story of Heritage High School's meanest teacher on campus, or is she really just misunderstood by her students and peers? Today, we'll venture further into the Extraordinary Macpherson. Before we start, if you like what you see here, come pay Miss Mac a visit. She's in room STEM 122, and she loves taking in new people. With that, let's go on.
Can we maybe start off by introducing your name and what you do here at Heritage?
Hi, I'm Staceys Macpherson, and I am the Chemistry and AP Computer Science Principals teacher.
Have you enjoyed your time here?
For the most part, high school kids are a little crazy, but it's definitely better than the middle school kids I taught. I've been here since 2009, and I taught middle school before that. I like high school a little bit better because I get to know the students a little bit more as real people, not crazy middle schoolers.
And how long have you been teaching at Heritage High?
I started in 2009, so if we do the math, I've been here about 13 years.
What inspired you to become a teacher?
It's kind of a funny story. My husband's a teacher. He's always been a teacher. It was always his plan to be a teacher. And I used to work in industry, in the chemistry industry, and my friends dared me to be a teacher. I told them that I thought teaching was easy and that anybody could do it. And so they dared me to because they said I would be a terrible teacher and that I didn't have the patience to deal with kids. So on a dare, I became a teacher and I absolutely love it. And I'm actually not too terrible at it.
What do you think your favorite part of teaching is?
Probably the students. I like sharing information, so it's exciting to see their aha moments when they finally get what I'm teaching, and building relationships with students, getting to meet them as real people, watch them grow, and then watch them head off to college or to the workforce to see what they become as adults.
And the hardest?
The kids. It's kind of funny because they're the best part and yet the worst part. I would say it's really difficult, especially lately. More students are definitely wanting to spend their time on their phones or on their Chromebooks, and they don't really want to learn and they don't see the value in learning. So that's probably the hardest part, is trying to get to the students, mostly to get them to understand that what they're learning in school isn't just the content in the classroom, but kind of how to work with each other and how to become better humans.
And do you think you'd have any advice for people that are thinking of being a teacher?
Patience, perseverance. I can tell you the first year you teach, it's overwhelming because you have so many things to learn, and the things that you have to learn are things they don't teach you in college. When you go to college to be a teacher, they teach you how to write a good lesson plan, or how to create a discipline strategy, or how to write a seating chart. But what they don't teach you is how to build those relationships with kids and how to balance your workload with your life load. Some of those things are just experience. So as somebody offering advice to somebody starting out, just keep on keeping on and persevere and try to find balance.
I know you mentioned the robotics club. How's that going for you?
It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of fun. Those students are definitely smarter than I am on many different levels. So a lot of it is organization, and then just trying to make sure that we meet their needs and we schedule the things we need to schedule, and just kind of to be there to support and guide them, I guess kind of in a different direction than in the classroom. I'm still teaching, but we're teaching lots of different things. There's a lot of life skills, time management, deadlines, and again, perseverance.
What made you decide to join the robotics?
My son's freshman year, he was a freshman here on campus, and it was mid-year, and the students needed to go to a meeting at the district office. They were going to present at the school board meeting, and they needed a teacher, they needed a parent to take them to the meeting. They needed to be able to get to that meeting with their robot with 2 or 3 students. And so, of course, my son asked me because he knew we had a minivan that would occupy or be able to be occupied by everything and everybody. So I volunteered. We went to the board meeting. And at that board meeting, I was introduced mistakenly. I think it was kind of mistakenly, but hopingly. I was introduced as the advisor. So the next day, the principal approached me and asked me if I would do it. And so it's kind of how it happened.
What do you want to see in the people that you mentor during robotics and school hours?
Oof. I guess just growth. I mean, you want, as a teacher, you really want students to find value in what you do. I am totally aware that my students in my chemistry classroom are not going to leave me and become chemists. Many of them, that's not their first choice. Chemistry is one of those classes you take because you have to. But as I said earlier, I try to have students understand that high school is not all about what you're learning in the classroom, but about growing as a person, learning about being in class on time, working with other students, problem solving. Problem solving is a big part of school, if you ask me. How do I manage my time? How do I work with somebody that might be somebody I don't get along with, difficult people, the different adults you have to work with? I think one of the hardest things for a lot of students is they're in 7 different classes and they have 7 different rules and 7 different sets of expectations. So that's definitely something that they have to grow and learn with. And if they can understand that, then when they get to the workforce, it's super easy to apply stepping into a new job or into a new position and being able to be successful. It's not just about reading, writing, math, and arithmetic.
Do you have any hobbies outside of school or robotics?
My family and I like to travel. When my children were younger, they're 22 and 20. That's not true. They're 21 and 22 now. We used to go camping a lot. We would ride quads a lot. A little secret nobody really knows. I kind of like to sew and do a lot of woodworking. I like to do puzzles. I don't find that I have a lot of time. I'm super dedicated to my job and to teaching and to robotics. So I pretty much give my school year time, my all to my kids, my students. And then summer times are times where I find time to do my hobbies. We do like to travel. We have property in the desert, so we like to go out there and rest and relax and do a little 4-wheeling. But my kids, my students are my hobby.
People on campus know you as the meanest teacher.
Yes.
Do you think people around you misunderstand your intentions?
Absolutely. The meanest teacher thing is kind of self-proclaimed. I have super high expectations for my students, and I want them to learn in my classroom. Chemistry is not easy. It is not fun. And my philosophy is that it's a participation sport, and you have to do it to learn it. So kids think I'm mean because I have expectations, and I don't want them doing things they're not supposed to be doing in my classroom, and I don't want them not practicing. So I do give a little bit of extra work for them to do. It's not about 2 questions and you're done. I try to make sure they practice everything they need so that they can learn from it. So the kids that understand that it's about me having the best intentions for them don't think I'm the meanest teacher ever. Kids that don't want to be here and don't want to learn, they absolutely believe I'm the meanest teacher ever.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, Ms. Mack, for doing this.
Thank you.